everybody, and welcome to your fourth episode of For Unlawful Cinematic Knowledge. I'm your host, Kolleen Carney Hoepfner. I am a contributing editor at Fangoria and also cover their Southern California convention booths. So if you go to a horror convention, you're probably talking to me. I was the editor-in-chief of Drunk Monkeys and am the co-host of the Drunk Monkeys Twin Peaks Logcast, which should be coming back soon. And today I am extremely happy to have with me Dustin Meadows to talk about Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College. Dustin is an actor, comedian, composer, filmmaker, and writer from Ohio who loves all things horror, especially the third entries in the Ghoulies and Halloween franchises. He is the host and creator of Pop Culture Hell, a YouTube channel and monthly pop culture horror comedy show that takes place at Killer Fitness in Burbank. Thank you for being here, Dustin.
Hey, thanks for having me. Super excited to talk Ghoulies with you.
So Dustin and I talk Ghoulies all the time, but it's really nice to be on like a more public platform doing it because we, along with a few of our friends, are definitely keeping the Ghoulies 3 energy going throughout Southern California. We have shirts, we have signs during the New Beverly Horror Show every year. We're gonna make it happen someday. They'll listen to us eventually.
So. It's funny. Speaking of the New Beverly, I want to, before we get into it, this is all Phil Blankenship's fault. Phil is one of the programmers at the New Beverly Cinema, and I've been going to the annual horror show. This the secret marathon they do every year in October. They do 6 movies. They roll out a pre-show with trailers to kind of clue you into it. Every year, he teases Ghoulies Go to College, and that reminded me, I was like, oh, right, the Ghoulies movies exist. I should watch these. So on my wife and I's honeymoon, when we got married a few years ago, we watched the first 2 Ghoulies movies on our honeymoon and then watched Ghoulies Go to College when I came back, and I have since taken up the sword on its behalf.
Yeah. We'll make our voices heard eventually.
Goddamn right.
That is a very fun marathon. I started going, if I go this year, this will be my 3rd year. I started going, Dwayne Swarzynski invited me 2 years ago. Went with him. It was great. Went this year. It was great. So like my back doesn't do well, but it, it's worth it. It's worth the fight. So
it is. And there's always some great stuff. There's some classics. There's always something new that I get put onto that I didn't know existed. Like a few years ago, the marathon kicked off with The New Kids, which is borderline a horror. It's almost more of a thriller, but it has James Spader as just like this unhinged high school bully villain, and it's fucking amazing. I love it.
That's slated for Spader September this year, which is perfect. When I'm going to be watching just everything by James Spader, or with James Spader, I should say. What was that one they did? It was 2 years ago, and like Divine was in it as a cop.
Out of the Dark.
I loved that.
Yeah, with Tracy Walter as the grizzled detective.
Fuck. Okay, you know what? I'm writing it down.
Bud Cort as kind of the red herring, but sorry, spoiler alert for a 40-year-old movie. But yeah, Out of the Dark was great. That was one of my favorites.
That was my favorite that year. I was like, this fucking. Plus, I absolutely loved the movie about the dogs.
Oh yeah, The Breed. The Breed was also another classic.
These are 2 movies I'm just jotting down for future episodes of this very podcast.
Yeah, specifically The Breed with Michelle Rodriguez.
So that bow and arrow scene.
There are 2 of The Breeds that came out like around the same time. I've almost made the same mistake a few times. So.
Yeah, and you know what? I should reach out to my friend Sarah because she's always like, watched The Uninvited. Like she's like halfway through, and I'm thinking, what's everyone talking about? I'm watching the wrong movie. These will be, and I do, another aside before we get into it, I do want to say our friend Amy texted me today, and she was like, I want to be on the podcast. Can I talk about Cannibal Holocaust? And I was like, well, no. I think you're very, very much misunderstanding my goal here. If you have a stupid, I'm not a Cannibal Holocaust fan, but I wouldn't call it stupid. If you have a stupid cannibal movie, then absolutely.
Yeah. It's also too, I think the beauty of what you're doing so far and what I have taken to be kind of the intent is kind of more the unsung heroes of film too.
Yeah. Which are mostly very stupid, but
yes, largely.
But that's like what. Okay, so anyway, so when it comes to Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College. Obviously, the third in the franchise. The first one where the Ghoulies speak, which is very fun for me. 1991. It was filmed mostly in 1989. John Carl Buechler was the director for this one. He did the special effects for the first two. This was a Vestron release. Lionsgate took over. They have the Blu-ray. This is Matthew Lillard's first film. Really solid cast here.
Yeah.
You have Matthew Lillard pops up. I mean, he's not like a main dude, but he's there.
Yeah. You have debut.
You have Eric McKenzie as Skip Carter in
Evan McKenzie.
Yes, in the most James Spader that is not James Spader.
100%.
Like, yeah.
The note that I made is that it looks like someone tried to draw James Spader from memory.
Yeah. And it's definitely like that's their intent there. Yeah. Ava LaRue as Erin Little. We have Kevin McCarthy, character actor and well-known actor Kevin McCarthy.
Like the biggest name in the movie.
Yeah. As Professor Ragnar. You have I'm going to Billy. Okay, here's Billy Morissette. I love Billy Morissette because I love Pump Up the Volume, which I think is like one of the best teen movies there is. So it's nice to see him hanging around. I love that. Let's see. I wrote Spader vibes and as for like the making of, that's kind of like, I know I sprinkled some like making of information and like that's an interesting person to be in this movie. Like we do have Marsha Wallace pops up.
Yeah.
Right on the
Bopple.
Right, like they filmed this right on like the precipice of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So like, to have her, and it's funny because like I don't know Marsha Wallace, what she looks like off the top of my head, but then the voice is so Edna Krabappel. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
I don't think I knew that it was her, but I don't think I really paid attention to it until this time because she had been on. I think she was on Newhart. That's
well, yeah, they make the Ghoulie makes the joke. Are you famous? She was on Newhart, which was.
So she was in that, and then like her career kind of lulled for a bit, and then Simpsons came, and she kind of had like this career resurgence right after this.
Yeah, which is great. It's awesome. She just kind of pops up, and you're like, okay, there she is. So that's pretty much what I have in terms of like background for this movie.
I made some more notes about the cast.
Here's the thing, Dustin. Okay, so I am in the middle of two trips. I just came back from Texas and I'm going to Massachusetts. So this is like let's cram a bunch of stuff in, including a bunch of recordings before I leave again. Because then I won't be able to record until, like middle of July. And so Dustin was like, gonna watch the commentary track. And I'm like, well, I'm not. So I truly do not have time for that. So I was like, you can just take the reins with that. As I've already said on this show, I am incredibly lazy, but I feel like I would have watched it if I just had more time. I just don't have the time to add a second watch in. So
I will say, so the commentary, it adds a little, not nearly as much insight as I was hoping. It's by two guys who did a Ghoulies podcast called Unflushed, or maybe it was Flushed, but so most of that's why they got tapped to do this commentary track. Because I was wondering, like, who the hell are these clowns? I was like, oh, they did this podcast where, like, and they even mentioned in the commentary, like, they spoke to like Evan McKenzie, they spoke to some of the other actors specifically about this movie. Like one of them met Matthew Lillard at a horror con and had him sign his Ghoulies Go to College poster. So nobody that was actually involved in the creation of this film was involved in the commentary track, but the Blu-ray does have a couple of behind the scenes featurettes. Like there was one with the DP who talked about how he came to know John Carl Buechler and how he ended up working on this project and just their relationship and nothing but great things to say about John Carl Buechler, who unfortunately passed away on March of 2019 from prostate cancer. But yeah, by all accounts, sounds like a really solid dude, great person to work for, obviously had a great sense of humor. What they were talking about specifically was John had worked on the first two Ghoulies movies. He also did effects for like Reanimator,
Right.
Stalker, From Beyond, Terror Vision, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's on the
Um,
list.
Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, whole bunch of stuff. And then he like wrote the Dungeon Master. He co-wrote the story for Demon Warp, which is an insane batshit George Kennedy movie. And then he would go on to direct some other stuff, especially Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood's probably like the biggest project he's been involved with. So John Carl Buechler, of course, created the Ghoulies puppets. He did a lot of the effects for the first two Ghoulies movies, then got brought in to direct this one, which was also, it was supposed to get a theatrical release. Something with the licensing and distribution, I think, fell through, so that's why it ended up a straight to video, which is a crying shame. But the DP that I was watching in the featurette said that like a lot of like the Ghoulies in this like talking, being more slapsticky, basically doing like almost a Three Stooges kind of aesthetic, like a vibe, like an energy between them. That was all like John Carl Buechler's influence. And honestly, my opinion of these movies, you got the first one in '85, directed by Luca Berkovicki. The second one in '87, directed by Albert Band, the Charles Band's father, the guy who made Empire and Full Moon Pictures. And then, of course, it's followed by Ghoulies 4 in '94, directed by Jim Wynorski, which sucks because they switched from puppets to live actors in suits, and it's weird.
That's the one with the woman on the front, right?
Yeah, yeah. And they do that weird like '80s horror movie sequel thing where like they splice in footage from the first one, so like you see the ghoulie puppets, and then like we're supposed to suspend our disbelief and just go, okay, Tony Cox and this other dude in these bad costumes are supposed to be the same characters somehow. Like it's bad. So with the exception of Ghoulies 4, my opinion has always been that each Ghoulies movie gets better the further into the series it goes, because the first one, despite having the ghoulie coming out of the toilet seat on the cover, there is barely any ghoulies in that first movie. There's like maybe 10 minutes of ghoulies, if that. Second Ghoulies movie, they're at an amusement park, and there's even more. There's like a bat ghoulie. There ends up being like a giant, like monster ghoulie, and they get a lot more screen time. And then this one, it's almost oops, all ghoulies, and the movie's better for it.
I will say that I do love, and this is like a well-known thing, that like they had the poster for the Ghoulies with the toilet, and then like Charles Band was like, we need to have that in the movie. So they like go back and put it in the movie, which I love.
Yeah, they reshot it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you get like 5 seconds of that, and then it's got they'll get you in the end as the tagline, which what a tagline.
Right.
But yeah, like they marketed that first movie entirely on that image,
yeah.
which is insane that they just like kick over the image is like, oh right, that needs to be in the movie now.
And also, one of my notes here is the Three Stooges ism of the Ghoulies largely works. Like that was what I wrote.
yeah, it really does. Like you've got the fish ghoulie is obviously the Mo of the group, and then the cat ghoulie and the rat ghoulie are the Larry and the Curly. Which speaking of cast, the fish ghoulie and the rat ghoulie are voiced by two known voice actors. Let's see, who was it? I didn't mark it down, but
okay.
one of them is like the modern voice of Porky Pig, and the other one's done like SpongeBob and a whole bunch of other stuff. Most notably, the cat ghoulie is voiced by Richard Kind.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So before this, he'd been working for about 4 or 5 years when they shot this. And his biggest credit right around when this came out was a new Carol Burnett sketch show called Carol and Company that he was a featured player on. But before that, it was all like kind of one-off appearances in TV shows and small roles in movies. All of the voiceover, and it's definitely obvious from watching the movie, all the voiceover stuff was recorded after this thing was shot.
Yeah.
So like, it's like just rewatching it too, just the number of jokes that the Ghoulies are like firing off like per scene.
It's so quick.
It's insane. Like when I was watching with the commentary, I turned the subtitles on just so I could and there are so many jokes that like you almost miss because like all three of them are firing so fast like throughout the whole movie.
It is Bob Bergen is the rat ghoulie that was Porky Pig. And
Yes.
Patrick Penny is the
Yes.
fish ghoulie. And it looks like he's done a ton of work too. Hercules. He was a pirate. He was a bunch of voices on SpongeBob, but he was
Yes.
Painty the pirate. He's in like the Trolls movies and stuff. So like we've definitely like, especially, being the mom of a 7-year-old, I've definitely consumed a lot of his
Yeah.
voice work without realizing it. So
Yes.
I know the mad dashery of the of the jokes, they just do not stop.
Oh no, it's insane. And also, on there, I had a few more down for the cast too. On a lesser note, we have Stephen Lee, who's Barkus, the security guard.
Love him in this.
He's great. He was one of the cops in the first two RoboCop movies. He's in War Games.
He's in Dolls.
Yeah, the thing I recognized him from is The Negotiator with Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey, and he was the Big Bopper in the La Bamba movie with Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh my God, amazing.
We've also got Jason Scott Lee, who's the frat boy that's obsessed with his sound system, Mr. Yamabuchi. He played Bruce Lee in Dragon the Bruce Lee Story. He's Mowgli in the first live-action Jungle Book, and he's also in Soldier. And then the other big one two other big ones. We got Patrick Laborito as Mookie, who was kind of like the second in command for Skip. He was in Summer School.
Yes.
School. He's one of the three like surfer goons and Three Ninjas that like tries to kidnap the kids.
He looks like every one of Aiden's friends rolled into one person.
Yeah, he definitely has that vibe. Like it's like you think it's like, oh, well, he was like in Revenge of the Nerds or something.
Right.
Like, well, he was in several adjacent kind of things.
Yeah.
And then I realized the thing that I recognized him from, he is Ram, the jock best friend of Kurt, aka the dead gay son in Heathers.
Oh shit, that's right. That's where I recognize him from.
Yeah,
he's in Heathers.
That was the other big thing.
But I was looking at him, I'm like, who does he remind me of? And then it struck me. He reminds me of 6 21-year-olds that hang out at this house, like just as one person.
No, definitely the vibe.
We also have Hope Marie
that was
Carlton. Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Yep. Former Playboy playmate. The girl in the waterbed in 4 right before Joey gets killed. She's also in Hard Ticket to Hawaii, Slaughterhouse Rock, Slumber Party Massacre 3, and she's in an episode of Mick Garris's The Stand miniseries.
Yep. So she's probably the one I recognize the most. I'm like, I know her. She's just been around.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's very pretty.
And it's such a fun character, too.
Yeah, she's like, my boobs are just getting so big. I was just like, you're 20. That's not supposed to be happening anymore.
Like, these kinds of movies, like these college, like, sex comedies, not that this is necessarily a sex comedy, but it definitely is in that ballpark.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a lot of those movies, like, I hated on principle for the longest time, usually because most of them are just so bad. But, like, I think Ghoulies Go to College and Hard Bodies are kind of like the pinnacle of this kind of comedy, like the college, like the sophomore, the sex humor, all that stuff.
I've said it a million times, so anyone who knows me is gonna like roll their eyes. But this movie, if you take the Ghoulies out of this movie, this is a very solid, and like you just substitute like the two frats at war. Like this is a solid college romp movie. Like you could take the Ghoulies out, and there's still something there that's like. And I said to Fritz earlier, I was like, I'm going to, next time I watch this, I am going to time how much is just college stuff and then how much is just Ghoulies stuff before the two intertwine, because I think it's more college stuff than the Ghoulies.
Yeah, it's probably 60, 40, 70, 30 on that.
Yeah, it's 43 minutes before Kevin McCarthy summons them. Yeah, I mean, they're already running around, but it's literally 43 minutes in an hour and 34 minutes.
Yeah, like before they're actually doing anything that really affects the plot.
Oh, it's great. It's a great, solid college movie.
Oh, yeah.
So
it honestly, it's like an Animal House, but there are freaky little guys in it.
Freaky. So let's talk about the plot a little, unless there's something else before we move into like what it's actually about.
Oh, no, we can go ahead and start. There's one other thing, but we can mention it because it's in the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
So it opens 21 years in
21 years ago. Yeah.
21 years ago with some nerd running into what will become the Beta Theta Zeta I think is the frat.
Mm-hmm.
The ghoulies chase him in, and like literally less than a minute in, we find out it's like, oh, the ghoulies can talk now for some reason. Like
And they're
we don't know.
summoned by a comic book.
Yeah,
That's just like who left it in this? Like this guy's like just like in the bathroom in the
yeah.
most ornate toilet. Like no one has thought to think like throughout this movie, like our toilet looks really weird.
Yeah, it's a very ornate toilet.
Yeah. And like he's like reading this like, like
Ghoulish tales.
Ghoulish Tales comic book and summons the ghoulies while he's like shitting.
Yeah, and it looks like
Who left it there?
because the first ghoulies like they're summoned by like a ritual.
Hmm.
The second one, I don't remember exactly, but I don't think it's a comic book. So
I don't
like,
think it is
so
either.
yeah, there's like this huge disconnect. There's like,
Who
all
wrote
right,
that?
we just have to accept that for some reason, no matter how it was the last two movies, because the Ghoulies canon is very serious stuff. This comic book not only summons them, but this will come into play later, grants control over them somehow.
Just
But,
holding
like,
the comic book.
but then they still like attack this guy. So like, but I did not come to Ghoulies Go to College looking for logic though. So I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
police it.
Yeah. The lore doesn't really make much sense, but it's fine.
So
They
yeah,
suck him down the toilet. That's all we need to know. That was 21 years ago. And then what's so funny is not only like who left that there, who wrote it, none of that, but it gets like walled up in the walls of the bathroom. Like who walled it up there? Maybe someone knew its power, but didn't want to get rid of it. So they were like, we'll just tile over it.
somebody cask of Amontillado the
Yeah.
Ghoulies.
Anyway, it's a very quick little opening thing, and then we go to present day, where the main thing to know is that there are two rival frats. There's the Beta Zeta Thetas, who are our heroes, and then there's the Gammas, who are the bad guys of the movie Beyond the Ghoulies.
Yes,
right.
The Hitler Youth, as they're referred to.
Yes, which I think it's great. I was like, that's a great quip.
No, I love it.
Yeah, and it is Prank Week, which is taken very seriously.
We find out it's prank week because somebody announces it over the school's PA system.
They're like, it's prank week. Will the Beta Theta Zetas win? Like I'm supposed to, okay, so I went to a state school and we did not have sororities or fraternities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any state schools in Massachusetts do. I think it's like against the rules or something. But I know Salem State did not have sororities and fraternities. I do not know if there's just two that it would warrant an announcement over the PA system. Or if it's just that their rivalry is just so crazy that like, it's prank week, who will win? Like, are they the only two competing in it?
The first thing I thought of rewatching this when that announcement hit is the gang hits the slopes episode of It's Always Sunny.
It's very similar in vibe.
Just the very ski school where like they're just announcing like just exposition over the PA system.
It's so good. It's so good. So we have our main man, Skip Carter. He is our hero. Yep. He is the James Spader looking hero of this. And clearly he has this on again, off again love interest named Erin. And what's happening is he is so consumed with winning prank week that he has like forgotten that they had a date the night before. And she's sort of like, bro, what? Like, look how hot I am. What?
Yeah, she do be hot.
Yeah. Oh, she's very, very attractive.
All this unfolding too over like a 3-minute sequence of people just doing pranks on campus, which I did find out watching the commentary. They shot this at USC.
Yeah, I figured. I saw the address and I didn't take the extra step, but I figured logistically that's what it was. So shot it at
USC. So like you see people like tampering with water fountains. You see a guy unscrew a mop handle and a janitor sends a mop bucket flying down the stairs where it crashes into the other notable person in the movie, Kane Hodder, who was the stunt coordinator for the film.
Right.
And he goes like just this very Looney Tunes sequence where he falls ass first into this mop bucket, goes flying like 20 miles an hour, sends a professor flying, sends his books flying, crashes onto this dude eating ice cream, smashes his face into the ice cream. It's just pandemonium.
Very Rube Goldberg.
Yeah. And then we get introduced to the other villain of the piece, Professor Ragnar, played by Kevin McCarthy.
This movie has like 3 villains. It has Professor Ragnar.
Yep.
Kevin McCarthy. It has the Ghoulies, and it has Heilman,
Yes,
which is
Heilman.
awesome because it's like the Hitler, his name is Heilman.
Oh yeah, it is a German ass name. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just like he's got this like real blonde hair and he's just a dickhead. And he is also like vying for Erin's attention and it's just this whole like sort of two dudes like her sort of thing. Yeah.
And most importantly, Heilman is currently in possession of the Prank Week crown.
Yes. Yeah, which is a very important little object that
Yep.
we will learn a little more about or we'll at least see. I don't think we really learn much about it, but
Yeah.
but we'll see it as it goes. So, and it's so funny because they're all in this class. They're in Kevin McCarthy's class, and he's like Pandora's box, curiosity. Like it's just like very much like, woo, if you open it, bad things, which is
he's doing that like, man. There are a few character actors I can think of that like chewed scenery the way Kevin McCarthy did.
He's fantastic.
Because like honestly, like he was in a bunch of stuff. He had a huge body of work. I think he was in almost everything Joe Dante did except Gremlins from like 1979 to 1994. Like literally gun to my head, the only leading roles I can think of was the episode of Twilight Zone that he was in, and then the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 55 or 56.
I'm looking at his IMDb right now, and
it's extensive. That dude stayed working right up until he died.
Yeah, Tales from the Crypt, Batman the Animated Series, Addams Family Reunion, Boston Common. Let's see, Father Dowling Mysteries.
So
let's
much
see, UHF.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, the villain. How many times did I tell you guys not to call chicks broads?
the Burbs, sorry, Head of the Class.
Yeah.
The show Head of the Class he was on, not Head of the Family, which is what I immediately thought of when I read that. which is another. I will be talking about that eventually movie. He's in The Howling. I remember last year when Jim showed The Howling. I was like,
another Dante.
Yeah. So I mean, Piranha, Hawaii
Twilight Zone the movie.
Yeah, Twilight Zone the movie. He just did not stop working. He's great, and he's great every time he pops up.
Same. I was I was in college, the year that he passed away, and I was fucking devastated.
I know he's great.
He was one of those actors too, like especially going through the film program. Like, man, he'd be so cool to like have like even a small part in something I made. But like, yeah, just goddamn, what a fantastic performer he is. And he's so good in this. Like, nobody needs to bring the energy and the intensity, and the capital A acting that he's bringing to this movie, and he fucking brings it to this movie anyway.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, he's great. He does not have to be, like you said, he doesn't have to be as fucking crazy as he is. And he's so into it. He's just like, strap some prosthetics on me. Yeah, have me fight with 3 puppets wearing college clothes that should not fit them.
Yeah, no.
It's so good. He's so good.
One of my favorite things about this movie too is like one of the lobby cards, one of the publicity photos is the shot of him sitting in his office like with just all the Ghoulies puppets like sitting on him like kids.
Oh yeah, I used that when I did pop culture hell for people listening. When it was first kind of starting, and I did a thing that was like a guest lecture at a school, and it was about like what Ghoulies 3 can teach you about like academics, life, and ultimately yourself. And I used that picture because I think it's so cute.
It's such a great picture. It's so charming. It's just like, how can you not look at that and just love everything about it?
It's so good.
It's also one of the photos I used for our picket signs for the New Bev annual horror show last year.
Yeah. They need to listen to us. They need to listen to us.
They do. Basically. We're tastemakers, goddammit.
So then we have so my notes, I'm gonna be real, my wrist, I have like a wrist injury happening, so my notes kind of are absolutely hard to read, including me. We have Wes, Billy Morissette, and he's in he's like always in the bathroom. Yep. He's always fucking his girlfriend or in the bathroom.
His girlfriend is always fucking him. I think that's an important distinction. For some reason, this dude has an absolutely out of his league babe who wants to fuck him all the time, to the point where there's weird a weird fitness kink component too, because like they specifically do it in Skip's room because he has exercise equipment.
Yeah, he's got like a Roadmaster.
Yeah, a Roadmaster, like an elliptical bike, a treadmill, and also Skip is like he knows it's happening and he's just fine with that too.
Yeah, he's like, all right.
Which is insane.
I feel like everybody in college had that one friend who was like, you can fuck in my room, I don't care, which is like its own weird kink in a way. Like
literally in my entire life, I have had one friend who asked if he could bring a girl who was visiting from out of town, who asked if he could bring a girl over to my place and use my bedroom. He offered to pay me. I was like, I told him, that's fucking disgusting. Go to her place or get a hotel. You
yeah, like what
psychopath.
are you doing?
We're not in college.
But I remember in high school, I had a friend who was like, I kind of like it when people hook up in my bed. And I was like, I'm definitely not kink shaming.
No.
I do not have an issue with most kinks, but I remember just being like, that's kind of like, that's strange, I guess, in a way.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so he's in the bathroom and he's like graffitiing the wall and like the tile chips away and he finds the comic book and he starts summoning the ghoulies.
Yeah.
And then like, I think if I recall correctly, is interrupted.
Yeah, I think she calls him to come back out.
Yeah, and there's a big frat party happening.
Yeah,
it's like this kickoff of prank week, huge party. Everybody's getting drunk. Everyone's having fun. There's like a big Elk's head.
A girl stumbles out of a closet wearing nothing but a mounted taxidermied Elk's head on her, and in a running gag, Aaron wanders in to see Skip with his hands on another woman's tits.
Yeah. This happens throughout the movie.
Yeah. Which one insane gag. There's the one fat guy in the frat is at one point has a box of pizza and just smashes all of the pieces together and like tries to take a bite out of 7 slices of pizza at once for no reason.
Frat.
And then Jason Scott Lee is striking out trying to impress babes with his sound system.
Right. And it's so funny too because I'm like, okay, what does Erin like really want here? Because she likes Skip, but it's clear Skip is a frat boy who likes to be involved in frat stuff like prank week and stuff. So it's like you can't go to the frat house that he pretty much runs the show. So it's like you can't like be leader. Mad at your boyfriend, the leader of the frat, for doing frat stuff.
Yeah.
Like
well, and then the fact that like she literally like because he missed one date, which is absolutely worth being upset about.
Yeah.
I totally get that. But like literally the second that Heilman walks by, she's like, "Oh, he can escort me to class." I was like, "That dude sucks." They're the two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
He's the foil here.
Yeah, like, but he's just in the frat house doing the same stuff. He's just not doing it right now.
yeah, around you. Like it's so wild. It's like again, looking for logic in Ghoulies Go to College, but like just watch it. I was like, I would get if you went with like literally any other character, but like why would you get with the lame, shitty, definitely would have voted for Trump version of the romantic lead in the film? Right. Like what the hell?
Right. So a lot of stuff is happening at once here. Wes gets dragged to Skip's room by Veronica. There's this amazing neon sex sign. It just says sex. And like
I want that sign.
I texted my friend and I was like, he was talking about something else. I'm like, okay, but I want this sign. And he was like, awesome. I want that so bad. While all that's kind of happening, there's this cop that keeps showing up. And
Barca.
And he's just like, he's got his like little, like, it's like a little like golf cart. Like
Bonnie. Barcus. Sorry, Barcus.
It's Barcus, and then it's Bonnie is his little like
Bonnie is his golf cart.
Yeah, and like he like loves it, and he's just like, you boys in your frat, like you better calm down. And they're like, oh, sorry, but like you can tell he kind of like, I mean, one, he's very inept, which is the point, but also like
Keystone Cop.
I do think I genuinely love this cop who apparently wears women's underwear because he's like, hey, like he says something like, oh, I love a cop in maiden form. And he's like, how'd you know about that? And he's like, wait, no.
And then his defense is like, it's prescription because he has sensitive skin.
Yeah, it's so funny. But like, I do feel like he kind of like, like he is inept, but I do feel like there's a little bit of like an appreciation for Skip and his pals where he's like, like put upon by them, but he's also not like, I'm gonna get you kicked. He's not evil or anything. He's
Yeah,
just like a doofy weirdo. But
yeah,
they also like don't hate him. They're just like, hey, like, like they're just kind of like good natured toward him, which I like. Yeah.
it's kind of a friendly rivalry. To compare it to a better film, it's almost like a kind of Humphrey Bogart and Claude Rains kind of relationship.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Yeah,
um,
totally.
okay, so Wes and Veronica, they're fucking.
They're fucking in ways that I did not know it was
Huh.
possible to fuck. Like at one point, he's like, they're in like a seated position on an exercise bike. And one of the funny things I caught this time too is like they cut from them falling off the bike, but then they land directly on the bed.
Yeah.
They're doing the same. Like at one point, they're doing like a standing like Congress on the treadmill too. It's like so
No,
yeah. He loses a shoe in a fish tank. Like
yeah, it doesn't, yeah, none of it seems very safe by like gym equipment standards, but that's
yeah,
okay. Uh, and then he's like, okay, like I need a break or whatever. And he goes back to the bathroom. Like this boy be shitting,
yeah,
like just like constantly. And she gets immediately like on the row master.
yeah.
And I'm
She
just
puts her
like,
clothes on and gets on the rowing machine.
and I'm thinking like, I have never fucked and then been like, I want to do the row machine. Like
Yeah,
after that, that just seems crazy to me.
yeah. I know
Um,
I just did some intense physical activity. I don't feel like I felt the burn enough
Yeah,
though.
yeah. It just seems like anyway, so he goes to the bathroom and of course like the ghoulies end up attacking him
Yeah,
and
there's something. He hears the
yeah,
noise. That's what it is. He
yeah,
goes
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
investigate. Yeah.
And they flush him down the toilet as they are wont to do, and that's pretty much the end of Wes, which sucks because I love him.
There's, I think, by my count, four characters die in this whole movie, and two of them you kind of really wish that they hadn't, and he's one of those two.
Yeah.
Um, but it's also a really funny kill. Like the few kills that there are in this movie, they're really funny and they're really well done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like his like leg is up behind his head and
Yeah,
like
like
it's
he's all
just
bent and shit.
yeah. And they show the pipes too, and it's like that wouldn't work.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
this movie also like too. We'll see much later with several things. Like this movie fully operates on like Evil Dead cartoon logic, as far as like what the human body can do and have done to it and still survive.
yeah, 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 yeah. So then the ghoulies are running around the frat house, and so the whole like point of this is that it's prank week. So the ghoulies are doing things, and people are not thinking anything of it because it's prank week, right? So they're
Yeah,
running around, and there's this amazing shot of like them just kind of running at like their point of view. And there is this sofa that somehow, in the 7,000 times I have watched this movie, I have never noticed. And it has like the Jaws shark on the back cushions of it, like where your back goes. And I'm like, I need that almost more than I need the sex sign.
yeah,
Like, or preferably, I need both of them.
yes, you deserve it.
If I could have a bigger apartment, the first thing I would do is have a room for Lita so I'm not sharing a room with my child. And then Ace. The second thing I would do is have a room that could be like when you scroll through Instagram and you see like these people who probably live in Indiana and have like a nice basement or Massachusetts somewhere and they, not to pull from that places we're from and have like a VHS little nook that looks kind of like a
A
old time,
video
like an
store.
80s video store. And they
Yeah,
have a nice little setup with a TV. And I would have that Jaws poster. I mean, that Jaws sofa. I would have that sex sign. And I would be watching Ghoulies 3 on VHS on that. Like that's, I could see
hell
it in
yeah.
my head. Maybe
No,
I'll monetize this podcast, get super famous
I support this. It's
and finance, and I'll buy you one too.
good, perfect.
Okay,
Please
great.
take me on this ride.
Okay,
I
great.
actually the two I watched it twice today. The first watch I did watch on VHS.
Ah, see, I don't
Um,
have it on VHS, which
no,
it's on the list.
yeah, no, I finally I made myself pull the trigger on
Yeah,
it last year, and then I watched the Blu-ray for the commentary. The very
yeah,
recent release, because for the longest time, this movie wasn't available on anything more than DVD.
right.
And even then, like the most of the DVD, like just the movie, they were like Spanish or import releases. I have it on DVD because I bought like one of those 8, 9 movie like mix that has like that
Yeah.
976 Evil
Oh, I love
2,
that movie.
like all that stuff. So, like just all the I think like Waxwork 2 might even be on it. Like all these kind of maligned sequels, um, and then Lionsgate, who of course is under the umbrella of MGM, which so what happened is when Empire went under, MGM bought their entire catalog.
Right.
So like that's why it took so long for stuff like Ghoulies to get a blue release.
Right.
And now like they're rolling a lot of that kind of stuff out too.
Thank God.
Yeah, like the Wraith just came out a couple of years ago. They just put out The Substitute on 4K earlier this year. Like kind of all those movies that got although The Substitute was post Empire, but like they were still under the MGM thing.
Right.
So or Lionsgate, which is
And
also part of it.
I mentioned this in the Teenage Bonnie episode, and I'm mentioning it now, and I'm gonna mention it a little more in the next episode I'm recording, which is with Anastasia Washington about Garbage Pail Kids the movie.
Amazing.
There is a certain so for years, something like Ghoulies 3 or Garbage Pail
Hmm.
Kids or I don't fucking know, Teenage Bonnie and Kleptoclad, I guess. There is a sense of this is a movie. You can't really get it anywhere. It fucking rules. And the VHS-ness of it lended to how cool it was, right? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like there's something to be said about like, I don't necessarily need to see Ghoulies 3 in 4K, you know? But
Sure. Sure.
then there's like this, like you buy a $45 Garbage Pail Kids from Vinegar Syndrome or whatever. And it's like, okay,
Yep.
cool, because I love that movie. But now there's like a certain sort of like elevation of it that with the masses that I don't necessarily love but also do because I
Yeah.
do want more people to see it. Because it's like, I mean, Garbage
Sure.
Pail Kids, the movie is fucking crazy. And I
Yep.
mention him almost every episode, but with Jim from Cinematic Void here in Los Angeles, he screened it a couple
Yeah.
years ago. And I remember my friend sitting
Yeah.
next to me, and when that fucking guy pisses and just keeps pissing, he was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And he was laughing. And it was just like, we're in a full theater watching the Garbage Pail Kid movie. And that
Yeah.
rules. But then there's a certain
That
sense of like, I don't necessarily want Mac and Me to be on 4K for $45. You know what I mean?
yeah, but then it's weird. It's like I get it too. Like it's borderline gatekeepery because like I definitely experienced the same thing too. Like growing up, like being into punk bands, and then like when AFI like made their major, it was like, oh, Girls Not Great came out. Now all of a sudden everybody loves AFI, even though
Right,
I've been into them for like 4 years when they were still ripping off the Misfits.
right.
Like, but at the same time, it's like now they're getting to tour, they're getting to make more music. Like optimally, like you want the things you like to find success, to find a larger audience, and
It's a double-edged sword.
it really is. Like at the end of the day, I would much rather more people discover this thing because like sometimes it can suck. Like if people like shitty people latch onto it, like or make it their personality and stuff. Like System of a Down was another one. I loved that first album when Toxicity came out, which was an amazing album.
It's
All of a
great.
sudden, like I literally had somebody say, "Is like, hey, if you were in this band System of a Down," I was like, "You mean the band that have been listening to for the last 4 years before this record came out?" Yes, I fucking heard of System of a Down. Like, are you kidding me? So like yeah, I definitely get it, but at the same time too, I think part of it is because like physical media is also becoming this double-edged sword. Like a lot of boutique labels are releasing stuff, but like a lot of the stuff that's not get like I paid I think $35 or $40 for my fucking Ghoulies 3 VHS.
Yeah.
Like and
Yeah,
people
that's
are
why I
taking
don't have
advantage of
one.
that. And and then there are like especially in LA, there's a lot of like physical media, a lot of video stores, and like some of them too is like they're kind of wilding out, and especially like on Facebook Marketplace, it's like, oh hey, I've got this 2 VHS copy of Titanic, $20. Is like those things are lousy. Like people can't get rid of those. Like you're
Yeah, and
insane.
every
So
single
like,
time I go out antiquing with like Daniel Niggs, like who's my antiquing buddy for people who are listening and don't know who that is. Like, we are constantly like, oh, another In Dreams VHS, another Titanic VHS. Like, there's a million of them. And when the joke was with the Teenage Bonnie, I'm either going to find this for $2 or find it for 80. Cause like,
yep,
it's just like, so rare. And it's like, would I love for that to get a boutique label release, sure. But then there is something to say about like, but then like the magic of it being like this weird, like you just randomly watched it all the time as a kid and it was like shitty and you taped it off of TV or whatever. Like some of that goes away. You know what I mean? So
Sure. Yeah, you definitely lose some of the mystique, but I also think it's a really great way for people like I've lost track of how many cool new movies have been put on my radar because someone like the New Bev programmed them in a lineup, or because Vinegar Syndrome, like I do the subscription and there's like, oh, hey, here's a 4K of Southern Comfort. I was like, I remember my mom used to talk about this movie a lot, but I'd never seen it. Oh, now I get to watch it. Oh, this fucking movie rules. I'm
yeah.
really glad that this came into my life this way. So
I
like,
would have
yeah,
never stumbled upon Out of the Dark on my own. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and I think yeah, and I think boutique labels doing this kind of thing, or like like a movie comes out is like, oh, I remember seeing this like on the shelves in my video store when I was a kid, but I never got around to watching it. Like I've told the story before, but I don't think on a podcast. Like Tammy and the T-Rex, when it came out, my mom basically gave the video store a note that said like, hey, my son is not an adult, but as long as it's not pornography, which I don't even think they had an adult section at our video store, he can rent whatever he wants. So I went, I saw the Tammy and the T-Rex cover, was like, oh, this looks really cool. And of course, now I know that it was like the very heavily compromised PG-13 release. So I went home, watched it, finished it. I was like, what the fuck was this? Like
another Jim Branscombe
so
special.
Watered down. Yeah, it's the PG-13 cut is so watered down. Like there's a lot of it's very disjointed. So like I rewound it. I put it back in the little plastic case. I walked, and the video store was like probably a good mile from my aunt's house where we were staying. I walked it back. I said, "Hey, this movie really sucks." It was like,
do something about it.
well, yeah. So I walked it back. Like I returned it within 3 hours of like leaving the video store with it. There's like, uh, I guess here you can pick another free rental since you got it back so quick and you come in here all the time.
Yeah.
And then of course Vinegar Syndrome like found the elements and they released that R-rated cut. And then I bought it on a whim because I was like, all right, because I think also even in my youth, I had my head up my ass. I was pretentious even at a young age, and I think I've chilled out and realized that trash can be beautiful too.
Yeah.
As I've gotten
I don't
older.
get the pretense from you at all.
Yeah, no, that's been gone probably since right around when I graduated college. So yeah, so to be able to revisit something that like I remember from my childhood, and then find this new love as my taste and my sensibilities have shifted over the years, like because of companies like Vinegar Syndrome or Scream Factory or Severin or whoever else. Like ultimately, I think it's more good than bad.
Yeah, I agree. But there is, I don't know, I think both ways about it. And maybe while I'm watching Garbage Pail Kids, I will think on it a little bit more. But anyway, okay. I will say though, my video store story, which I think I've told on a podcast before, but maybe not, is we lived like it was like not even a quarter of a mile away. Like it was right down the street. We had one called Video Closet, and there were these two women who worked there. My dad, like he'd rent like 4 movies, boom, 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 back another 4, boom, boom, boom. Like we were regulars there. And I always thought when I was younger that they were like, because they'd be like, "Hi, Steve." And it didn't occur to me like you could be on a first name basis with like people in your community, because I was like 7 or 8. And of course now like I go places and I'm like, oh, like I know, the whole staff of Fred 62 by name and like whatever. Yep. But I was like, these women love my dad. They're like in love with him. And I thought that they had a really bad crush on him. And I didn't learn until just a few years ago that they were a lesbian married couple. They did not love my dad like that. They were just extremely friendly. So, and I do miss it every day. Anyway, okay.
Facebook friendly lesbians.
Yeah, why not? Okay, so they're running around the Ghoulies. We're back to the Ghoulies. They're running around the dorm room. They are
really. We got the dorm. We skipped over. The fraternity house is empty because all the guys, because Skip and them have left to go prank the Gammas.
That's right. So it's
free reign of the house.
Right. And they're so worldly. First of all, they're rooting through, they find clothes that fit them. Again, don't really understand that.
clothes, like a wardrobe falls on them.
Yeah.
And they
Oh, and they
emerge,
pop out with
yeah,
clothes
they
on.
emerge clothed. Like one of them's got like a Letterman's jacket. Yeah.
One's got like a cool button down, but it's like open.
Yeah, a pop collar. Yeah.
I'm like, whose clothes were those? Whatever.
They're the
Ghoulies
ghoulies
logic.
clothes now.
Yeah. They're so worldly because they're like easy listening, gross.
Yeah.
And then like they see like they're like par four. And I'm like, oh, they have sports in Ghoulies World.
Yeah.
They
At one
know
point,
what pizza is.
the fish ghoulie says "Oy vey" at one point when the cat and the rat ghoulie are fighting.
Yeah. Uh, and they open up,
Honks the head.
they open up this fridge and
This massive fridge.
and it's just floor to ceiling Miller and Miller Lite.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure if Miller knew that they were sponsoring the Ghoulies Go to College because that's a lot. It's a lot of Miller.
It
Like,
is.
and I'm like, did they know about that? Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, if somebody came to my brewery and said, "Hey, we'd like you to be the drink of the ghoulies," I'd, in a heartbeat, absolutely.
Right.
Where do I sign?
So anyway, so they get drunk, they trash the place.
They do.
And now they trash the place and now our guys are going to come back and think that the Gammas did it.
Oh my God. Two great bits during the sequence really quick that I forget.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're trashing everything, the rat ghoulie takes an axe to Jason Scott Lee's sound system, and he just starts yelling all this like, "I hate easy listening. I hate music. I hate my father."
Yeah.
like just again like just these rattling off jokes like and just seeing what sticks, but they all kind of work.
They all land.
And the other great bit, they do it twice in the movie. Once during this scene and then later again, I think during the panty raid. It's not "Thus Spake Zarathustra," but it's a sound-alike music cue when like the doors open and they just see this two-tier pyramids of beer. It's such a great little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Um, so all of that is happening, and now my next note is Veronica, you slut. So I assume that this is when Skip heads to I believe Erin and Veronica live together. And
Yes.
Veronica's like, it's like one of several shots where she's rolling up her thigh-high fishnet.
Yeah.
Like they just love this bit. And this is where she's like trying to get her. And she's like, oh, my breasts, they just keep growing. My favorite bra clasp. Can you help me? And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, he's trying to get info. Where's Erin? But then he's also like, yeah. So once again, she walks in on him, like with his hands on someone's tits.
Yep.
Super funny. And like, there's this whole sort of like spat between them. Let's see. What does this note say?
Oh yeah. And before this, the Skip had gone out and they'd been doing some pranking of their own, and they did something with Heilman's moped, but then the ghoulies also went out
and they trashed it.
Yeah.
They put it up in the tree.
There's the first time we get the prank week pancake gag.
Yes.
And then we get another shot of the rat ghoulie walking with the hammer and then just like going to town on it.
Yeah, yeah. This is like when I watched this movie for the first time with my ex, and I remember him being like, prank week, pancake. Like he used to say it all the time. And then if we made pancakes, he'd be like, pancake. And it is very, very funny. Like it's just so silly.
Con sells it.
Oh, it's great. So of course, like the Gammas are like, you like he's like, you ruined my kind of gay moment. Like he does not look tough. Like not to throw the gays under the bus. One of you.
The villain on the moped, like they're like maybe the only villain less intimidating in a movie ever is the guy from Mad Max who plays Bennett in Commando. He's got like the Freddie Mercury mustache and like the mesh shirt, and it's like, this dude's supposed to go toe to toe with Schwarzenegger. You sure about that?
These people are supposed to like, and they're fraternity dudes, which like, of course, no offense to anyone who was in a fraternity, but like for the most part are horrible douchebags who are probably just going to sexually assault you. But like, they are supposed to ooze a certain amount of masculinity, and him like like puttering up on his powder blue Vespa is not it. Like it's not happening. So he's like,
No.
"You ruined my thing." And then so there's going to be a lot of these misunderstandings until they're like clear that there's supernatural forces.
There are some ghoulies on campus.
So now we finally get 43 minutes into the movie, and Kevin McCarthy, who has taken this comic from Wes in class,
Yes.
and has like been like, oh, like starts to put together like, oh, a lot of this imagery, because he's like an occult, he has an interest in the occult, and he's like, his class is kind of teaching that sort of era of stuff, and he's like, oh, there's like a lot of similarities between like this imagery in this comic book and like these ancient, like occultish things. And he starts to put together like this is actually some sort of like powerful vessel. And if I have it, I can control the magic powers, the supernatural powers that it will afford me. So he summons the ghoulies. Right. And then it's like this very fun, sort of campy, like him interacting with them. It's very silly. But then he's like, you need to kill me so like I can be powerful too. And he says, kill me, wail on my butt. And to me, that is really just the crux of this movie. Wail on my butt is so fucking funny to me.
Wail on my butt.
And they're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he realizes, like, as long as I have this comic book, I can control them.
Yeah.
This is where we get Marsha Wallace, who comes in and she's like, oh my God, I figured out that this is like an underground comic. Like she just figured this out. And it was never published mainstream. And then she starts sneezing and she's like, do you have a cat in here? And then the ghoulies come and they kill her.
Yeah.
And they have the prank week crown, which is just like whatever. It's like literally, they say later, it's literally just like tinfoil and like felt.
Like tinfoil over like like a bad, like the worst child's toboggan.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And they make this quip where they're like, "Are you famous?" She was on Newhart, which is true. Yep. And they basically pull her tongue and wrap it around her and strangle her with it.
Yeah.
And it is very silly, but it looks really good.
Oh yeah, no, the practicals in this are amazing.
Yeah, they're so good.
And then of course, the cat ghoulie also delivers the cat got your tongue line.
Yeah, yeah.
The cherry on top of this.
But let's see, what do I have here? Oh, so now we shift from here to the scene where Veronica is once again rolling up her clothes and dancing around.
Oh yeah, the panty raid scene.
Yes, so we have the pants. So
before this, Barkus comes to Erin, gives her a heads up about the incoming panty raid.
He's like, "How's your panties?" And she's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. And he's like, "No, like, did the panty raid happen yet?" Yeah.
And then like almost gets out of that situation, then offers to hold their panties for the duration of the weekend to protect them.
He's like, if you give them to me, I can keep them safe. Yours, your roommates, all of that. And she's like,
I can get it back to you Monday, maybe Tuesday,
so funny.
Wednesday. Yeah.
So this is the panty raid scene. So we have Veronica upstairs. She's dancing around. She's in. She's
to a really solid rock song too.
It's like, modern romance. It's like really good.
Yeah, it's a really good. One of the things they did talk about is like none of the songs from this ever got like a release because I think they lost the masters.
Oh, that sucks.
Because there are some fucking bops in this movie, especially like this song in the end credits.
Too. This song rules. It's like a genuinely good song.
Yeah. And then Barkus is in the tree watching all of this before the fish ghoulie cuts the branch and drops in.
Yeah, he's like, he couldn't keep it up.
Yep. Oh my God. So many great lines.
So many dingers. But so she's dancing around, and while that's happening downstairs, the panty raid is happening while all the sorority girls are topless. And I've seen this movie 500 times, and stupid fucking me is still thinking to myself, I'll just throw it on in the living room with Alita running around. No, I'm like, it's fine. No, it's not. Not that I think like she shouldn't see boobs, like it's, like whatever. But like, I'm just like, I forgot how but I did watch it in the bedroom just on the safer side. And I'm like, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah,
so
a lot of boobs. Which is insane too, because like right before one of the girls who I assume they're in a sorority. I just don't think
I think they are, because it is a house. So I do think they are. But when I said, clearly they're roommates, I don't know if they're just in the room together, or if they're in the house.
Housemates, roommates.
Yeah. It's definitely a sorority. Yeah. They just never say that.
So like one of the girls is like leading the charge. Is like, we know that the betas are coming for our panties. We're gonna be ready for it. It's like they fully know these guys are coming. They get the drop on them, and then still attack topless with pillows.
Yeah, there's feathers everywhere.
That their strategy was, they're gonna steal our underwear. Let's do this with our titties out.
Yeah, well, I mean, why not? College. It's fine.
But it also makes it that much funnier.
Yeah, it's so much funnier. So then we have so this is where she's up in the shower.
Yeah.
And we have the plunger scene here.
We get the psycho riff.
Yes. And so she's in the shower, like doing her thing. And the ghoulies are leering at her while she's like preoccupied with the shower. And then
literally 3 ghoulies in a trench coat.
Yeah, they literally are. And then they attack her with a plunger. There's an amazing, like, stretched out plunger gag that's like really good with her face.
The prosthetic. It's almost the same thing as in Army of Darkness when Ash's like face gets sucked down into the book.
It's same exact thing.
So good.
It looks so good.
Such a great effect.
Then she falls over and they make like a quip about like her being
tan lines.
Yeah, they're like tan lines, and then they say something I can't remember. I didn't write it down.
He says, "Ooh, bikini cut."
Yes, that's right. But then he's like tanned too, right, or something. Yeah. So, which to me doesn't make any sense.
I imagine it was probably in reference to seeing her bush or lack thereof.
Yeah, but it's like bikini cut. Like, what's the bikini cut? Because that would be the tan lines. So if she said tan, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense, but it's clear that they're being like super perverted.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, yeah.
And also before the fish ghoulie delivers the plunger, he has the great line, "Want to suck face."
It's so good. From here we go to class.
Yep.
And Kevin Ragnar is like, I am fucking sick of all these pranks. Next prank, expulsion. And he's like really singling out Skip. And Skip's like, my prank days are over, because at this point, he's put together, something is happening. Something is we are not doing these, that we did not smash up a moped. We didn't do any of these things. We're being set up. And
he's also apologized to Aaron at this point, like, and realized like, hey, I need to stop fucking around and get my life together.
Yeah, I gotta be serious about you. I gotta be serious at like I'm, we're growing up
and finishing. Yeah,
like we're like, because later he's like 4 years, so like clearly they're like seniors. Like real life is happening very soon for them. So he's like, I swear I'm done. And while he's doing that, his enemy, Howman, has set up a thing to like blow up
he literally has a briefcase on top of his desk. Like, it's not discreet at all.
No,
and like it's in plain view of anyone who is in the room.
Anyone who could just look to the right for a moment.
Literally, like, not even discreetly, opens the briefcase all the way, takes out a fucking detonator, and hits it and ignites this fuse that like runs on like
he's like hit down. It's like very obvious.
Yeah, that runs on like a TNT fuse and like blows up Ragnar's desk.
And he's just like, I've had it with you. You're expelled. And he's just like, I didn't do that. And he's like, well, like, he's set it up. Yeah. So it looks like Skip has done this, and Skip gets expelled. He's like, I'm going to have them expel you. He doesn't like get expelled right there.
Yeah, but he gets thrown out of the class.
Yeah, and he's like, your days here are numbered. So clearly he's going to.
But then his brothers follow him in solidarity.
That's right. That's the real lesson here is fraternity brotherhood is unshakable.
Yeah. The real ghoulies were the friends we made along the way.
So then we have like Erin apologizes to him, and it's like it's like so sincere that I like wrote like Erin's apology is so sincere, LOL, because it's like for a moment she's like in a different movie, and it's like, and it's just like she was like really good in this.
Yeah. Her and Skip are both really good, and
Yeah,
they have like this really great chemistry together. So that's after she overhears Heilman talking to his buddies
that's right.
and realizes that it wasn't Skip.
Yeah, because
Yeah, and
she's
she
like, "Oh,
goes and
Skip innocent.
apologizes,
I'm so
and
sorry."
then they have makeup sex.
They do. They have makeup sex. And then they're like, let's go find out what's going on. They
Yeah,
start rooting around and they're in Ragnar's office and they're like, something smells disgusting in here. And they find
Mrs.
Miss
Boggs.
Boggs dead. They're like, it's Miss Boggs and she's dead. And
Yeah.
that's her tongue. It's like very silly.
Yeah.
But they find her dead. So panicking.
Yeah.
The
During this really quick, right before this, Ragnar has sent the ghoulies out to kill Skip.
Yes. Yeah.
He is so this is one of the great scenes is when he's giving them their orders and they keep mimicking him. And he's just getting first. He's like, "Are you mimicking me? Are you mimicking me? The ghoulies has no dicks.
Ragnar has no dick." Dustin texted that to me.
So fucking good.
It's so good.
Completely I think few actors have ever sold a line as stupid as "the ghoulies have no dicks."
I know, he's very frustrated.
The gravitas that McCarthy puts into it.
It's so good.
Like that is a borderline Oscar level delivery of the
I
ghoulies
believe
have no dicks.
For a moment, I was there and I believed it. I believed the frustration.
I believe that he thought the ghoulies were real and were dickless.
So while they're like, "Oh, we need to get help because like there's clearly been a murder."
Yes.
The bullies show up, like the gammas show up.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing. Erin tries to call 911 and calls 411, which is like, this is a smart girl, so I don't buy this very much. It's just a stupid gag. But like, and they hold her back. They're like, let's lay into Skip. They start beating him up, and it's like very very intense because now you got to remember Skip is like dealing now with two external forces.
Yes,
he's dealing, well, actually I guess three, because he's dealing with this expulsion over his head, he's dealing with the gammas, and he's dealing with the ghoulies. He just doesn't know that he's dealing with the ghoulies yet.
And Ragnar, yeah.
Yeah, and Ragnar.
Well, and then during this time the ghoulies have gone to the Theta house to kill Skip, and they find Heilman's like flunky who has a bomb.
Yeah,
he's taken to the frat house.
Some fucking TNT. Okay.
Yeah, the fish ghoulie kills him with a frying pan with eggs in it for some reason at night. And then the bomb drops, rolls out of the house, down the street, bounces into
Bonnie,
into Barkis's Bonnie, and he literally he looks at it, then immediately down the barrel to camera goes, "A bomb!" and it blows up and like leaves him with like looking like Wile E. Coyote because his traps is backfired.
It's so good. It's so good. And I love the idea. I wrote this. I love the idea that Ragnar needs the ghoulies to defeat he's like, I need to put an end to these pranks. Like he needs the ghoulies to like stop prank week as one of the things he needs. Like I just think that's really fun.
Especially with they're a force of chaos already. Also, Ragnar, my dude, you're the dean of students.
Yeah, just tell them no more prank week. Like just make it illegal.
Come on, crusty old dean.
Yeah, it's so funny. So let's see. Okay, this is where my wrist really started acting up. So my stuff gets real hard to read. Oh, Erin is kidnapped.
Yes, Erin gets
by
kidnapped
the ghoulies.
By the ghoulies and Ragnar.
And tortured. Well, they're like, we're gonna torture her, right? She's all tied up, and he's like, ha ha. Like, it's very silly. There's this bit during this where all three ghoulies say, "Slowly I turned," at the same time. Is that from something?
I think it's probably just writing in the gag. If it's from something, the only thing that I can think of that's similar to that is like well after, which is in Black Dynamite, when one of the actors reads like the stage directions, where like it's like, "Hey, which one of you is in charge?" Sarcastically, I am. That's
a big 30 Rock thing too, where like Tracy does that a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's very much the energy.
I'm gonna look up connections and see if there's like some sort of I just don't I don't know. It's so oddly out of place and specific that it's almost like how for a long time I was convinced. So I says to Mabel, I says had to be from something because it was like,
Yeah.
but it's just such an odd thing to say, and I don't know what the slowly I turn thing is. Anyway,
Yeah.
so here we have Skip and he. What happens with the other dorm here? Like, how do they get dispatched? Because like Skip comes to save Aaron,
So
and they like take the comic book. So
Skip, so yeah, Skip beats them up basically. Like he ends up kicking their ass because Salmon's a chump.
right,
And then he comes to save Aaron and he has the gun with the was it the goofy glue?
yeah, it's got glue in it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which is what he uses to take the ghoulies out of commission. And then Ragnar ends up dropping the comic. And then
Oh, I'm gonna interrupt us for a second
yes,
because
yeah,
I just looked up slowly. I turned
yeah.
slowly. I turned step by step, inch by inch. And now I hate to say it because it's pulling from Wikipedia, so I don't mind. But it's the fucking AI overview. But is a famous comedic catchphrase originating in 1920s vaudeville.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that must be it. Yeah,
That
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like the kind of gag that they would throw in for the ghoulies in this.
Yeah, yeah. Which as a character relates a story about their life to a stranger and is triggered into violent outbursts when the listener inadvertently utters a triggering word or phrase. Weird. But it's an Abbott and Costello thing. Three Stooges. Yeah. So I went back to Wikipedia. I didn't stay on the AI overview.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
that tracks. That
Yeah.
seems very
It was just so
fitting
odd.
with Beekler's sensibilities.
Yes. So Skip's here to save Aaron. They realize if we have this comic book, we can control these monsters, and clearly Ragnar is like out of his mind with power and
Yeah.
supernatural like psychosis or
Hmm.
something. The ghoulies attack him. They like melt into this like he's squirting them with the glue. They get stuck to him, and then they melt into this puddle of like
Yeah.
green goo.
Yeah, it looks like Spike at the end of Gremlins when he's in the
Yeah.
fountain.
And they're like, phew, but they relax too soon because from this goo emerges a monster Ragnar,
Yeah,
which
Ghouls
makes sense to me
Ragnar.
because Ragnar is a very monster name.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, because he established earlier that like if the ghoulies killed him, I think because he's the one who summoned them, even though he didn't have control of them anymore, if they killed him, he would absorb their powers as
right, which is
well.
why he's like, kill me, wail on my butt.
Yeah, whale on my butt.
Happy Pride. I don't
Yeah,
know. This is the last. This will go up the last few days of Pride. So
happy
anyway,
pride, whale on my butt.
well, on my butt. So he becomes this like giant monster Ragnar with this big like face in the middle of his tummy, very full moon, very awesome. And he's like, Mwah, ah, ah, ah. I wrote Monster Kevin McCarthy with merged ghoulies, his goofy little crown, and he's got the crown on his head.
Yeah, he's got the Prankly crown.
Frankly crown.
And he's got
So
like the weird monster like belly.
yeah, it's
Like
like it's monster tummy.
yeah, like he's the body and like the his stomach is like the Krang brain part.
Yeah, it's very Krang.
But
It
yeah,
is very Krang. Yeah,
but
yeah.
it looks so fucking good
It
too.
does look good.
Like all like there's definitely a few parts where the puppet effects definitely like you can tell they're foam latex puppets.
Yeah.
But like for the most part the effects in this are really good. And in Ghoulies 2, like the finale is with like a giant ghoulie, and this looks just as good as that one
Yeah.
does. Like
It looks great.
amazing.
It's
And like
awesome.
and it's moving the whole time too. Like the animatronic work on it's really solid.
And
Like
Kevin
yeah.
McCarthy is selling it.
Oh yeah, he's like just shellacked and prosthetics and fucking a harness,
It
animatronic, and all this shit.
I will say this whole movie, sometimes you can just tell that they had fun making it.
Yeah,
And it just looks like it was a really fun time. Like every day was some weird, goofy adventure. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like again, like going off the commentary and some of the behind the features, like it's one of like the biggest pain in the asses, which is why you don't see it very often. Is there's a few time where the rat ghoulie, like you see him walking,
Hmm.
but apparently that was a bitch effect to pull off. Like that
Kermit can do it.
Yeah, but Kermit's probably also a lot lighter than the Ghoulies.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
Oh.
but yeah, so that it sounded like it was a fun shoot.
Oh yeah, it looks so good. So they're like, well, so their solution is they put the comic book in the toilet.
Yep.
And
And
it's like
then
and it's just like I don't know, after all that, you just had to put it in the toilet. Like,
yeah,
it's just so fun. It's paper, it'll melt in the water.
yeah. Well, because he does establish it because like he takes the lighter to it to threaten the Ghoulies earlier.
Yeah.
It's like we know that they're tied to it.
Yeah, yeah. It's
But
just so funny though. It's like, okay.
yeah, it's like it's almost an anticlimax, but like the Ragnar Ghoulie looks so good that I kind of wasn't mad about it.
Nah, it's great. And he gets sucked down the toilet, and that's like
Yep.
basically it. Uh then we have um Barkus show up. And honestly, I can't read what I wrote here.
So Barkus shows up. He
It says
asks,
blames explosion on
yep.
Hallie Oldman. That's what I wrote.
Yeah, and then Skip's like, "Wow, this is your perpetrator, Barkus."
Because they have the TNT.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that takes care of that. And then it says all the friend. Oh, then they're in the room in the house, right? And they're like, we're all together again, and we're best friends forever. And you couldn't have done it without you. And it's that dude that looks like Aiden's friends.
Oh yeah. Liberto.
Yeah.
And
Mookie.
yeah, Mookie. And then we find out that they won the Prank Week crown.
They won it. And he's like, I'm kind of over the Prank Week crown.
Yeah.
This is Mookie's thing now. It's time for me to become a man and graduate with honors, which is like probably a different movie altogether.
Oh yeah.
And that's like, and like, you know, he's got the girl, he's got his best buds. Unfortunately, Wes is dead, but they move on from it quickly.
Wes and Veronica, they find out before they fight Ragnar. 'Cause Ragnar has this really weird moment where he admits to killing Miss Boggs and Veronica and Wes. I was like, they probably could have figured that out, but I don't know why you needed to confess it like mid ritual monster change.
And another thing, he wanted the valor.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't really kill Wes.
Yeah, the Ghoulies.
Like that's stolen valor.
but then like they have that moment because like they realize Wes
like
and Veronica are both dead, and Aaron goes, "Well, at least they're together," and he just goes, "Ah, poor Wes."
You know, in the afterlife, they are fucking on every cloud in heaven.
Yeah, on all the clouds with treadmills and ellipticals.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a gym in heaven.
Oh, there has to be. They got to get their pub.
And then we have, and that's it. That's how the, he's got. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
It ends with a shot of the toilet, and the fish ghoulie throws out a beer can.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think he says like cheers or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But
and then that's it. That's Ghoulies Go to College.
Credits, and then it's a ripping song about partying.
How do you explain to like the president of the school, like Ragnar's gone? Well, I guess it kind of takes care of itself because like Miss Boggs is in his office.
Yeah,
and
so,
it's like. And if you could be like, and you could be like, you know, like he kidnapped me and like, you know, he had tortured me and then Skip saved me and now we just don't know where he is. Like he took off and they could just, you know,
yeah.
It's kind of one of those. Were you there for JD's revenge?
No, I sadly had to miss that one.
Oh my god. Okay, so at the end, it's very clear. It's like. So just for listeners, JD Revenge is an amazing blaxploitation movie. Once again, I think pretty much every episode I'm gonna have to bring it back to Jim from Cinematic Void. I go to these every Monday, so but he showed it a couple months ago or last month, I can't remember.
It was last month.
And it's a blaxploitation film where a man is hypnotized at like a nightclub. It's from the 70s, and he like becomes this like pimp who has been killed, and I'm not going to give too much of it away, but like he like becomes him basically, and then there's this like big sort of like shootout at the end, and then he, you know, avenges. You know, there's this JD's revenge. JD's the pimp, right? So he avenges like the stuff that he's avenging, and he becomes normal at the end. And there's witnesses, and people are like attesting to it. And one of them's a priest, and the cop is just like, we're just gonna say that he struggled for the gun and shot himself. And I'm like, you can 100% tell that this cop was like, I believe all this, but the fucking paperwork is going to be so crazy that we're just going to write that he shot himself. And it's just so funny because I'm like, that cop was just like, I'm not doing any of that. Gun went off accidentally. And so it's like, maybe it's something like that. Like, I don't know, crazy. The fucking teacher went nuts.
Yeah.
Everything's okay now. Let's just move on and graduate.
There's enough evidence to support that.
Spring break's coming up. I don't know. I don't know where prank week lands in the year. I assume towards the end, though that's too late to buckle down. So I don't know. Maybe it's like before a Christmas break. I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely got the feeling it was towards the end of the academic year.
Yeah, I don't know. I did too, but again, why am I trying to make sense of like the timeline in Ghoulies 3? Like, calm down, Kolleen. So that's it. That's the movie. So
Ghoulies Go to College.
It fucking rules.
It does.
Again,
it's so fucking good.
The college stuff is just as believable as any other college movie, like Animal House, stuff like that. Hots, which I love. This would be a great double feature with Hots, which doesn't have any sort of supernatural stuff, but has that same kind of madcap fun. Yeah, is there like anything else you want to add in?
Man, I'm trying to think, because I've been thinking the whole time, I was like, what would Ghoulies Go to College like be a great double feature with? Because like, I don't know that there are any. If they're like, I know that there are horror movies that take place at college, but like, how many of them have like a comedy component?
Not a lot.
Like the closest thing I can think to tonally, it's more that it's a dark comedy, but like I thought maybe something like this and Dead Man on Campus would be a fun pairing.
Oh, that would be kind of fun.
They're different, but like they're definitely more comedy, and Dead Man on Campus is absolutely like a dark comedy because it's fucking suicide.
Right.
But yeah, like I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head that
it's
that,
a hard one.
It swings for like to be so ridiculous. Like that, like this is the kind of like fake movie that you would see in like 30 Rock or something. Like like it feels like a movie that somebody made up and it never actually existed.
Yeah, it's like we just were at a film fest last night with a bunch of shorts of people that we have. Dustin had a short in it, and Dustin was in a bunch of the shorts in it along with our friend Jared. But like it was this really cool little like night of these shorts, and it was like it felt like it would be a movie in one of those shorts, like Matt Sempre's where they're watching. I mean, they were watching Halloween, but like. It would be like on the background, you would just catch like little glimpses of it. Like, what is that they're supposed to be watching?
Oh, what's this little slimy puppet in a Letterman's jacket?
And you're right too, because it's either college movies that are horror or too much horror, so it wouldn't work. Or they're not horror at all and they're super comedic, and that almost doesn't work either.
Yeah. And all the college set horrors I can think of, like all of them are just slashers.
So there was. In fact, in my little notebook here, when I was on Horror 101, there was it just before dawn? No, Hell Night. I had never seen it. Or no, wait, I think I had seen it. But it's like Greek life, and they're like Linda Blair is in it, and I think it's a lot better than people give it credit for. To be honest with you,
I stand corrected. Night of the Creeps.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Night of the Creeps with this would be a fun double feature.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, because they're both really good on the horror and the comedy angles.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. That would be good. But it's very few. Like this is
There's not in a lot of them that I can think of.
Yeah, there's a small sample size for this kind of thing.
Yeah, like horror comedies. Obviously, there's a shitload, but like college set horror comedies that aren't just like slasher movies.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Ghoulies 3. I maintain it's great. I demand the new Bev show it either during like surprise us with the horror marathon in October, or how about this? Just show it.
Yeah, just show it.
Do a midnight screening. Do not do it in July when I'm not in town.
Yeah.
Wait until I'm in town because they always show cool stuff when I'm out of town, and then we will just go to it.
Yeah.
And if we're like Donnie Darko and his girlfriend at Evil Dead and just sitting there on our own, I'm okay with that.
I'd be very okay with that.
Yeah.
In fact, I honestly almost kind of prefer it.
Yeah. So, but I do wish, like, it's like, no, Ghoulies 3, like, everyone has to come out for this because we've been championing it for so long now that we deserve this.
We absolutely do.
Damn it. So, all right. Well, I mean, if that's that, do you want to promote anything? Well,
I do. Typically, Pop Culture Hell is usually the last Wednesday of every month. You can follow Pop Culture Hell on Instagram, all the show info. I post stuff from the show. We've got a YouTube channel. I'm working on starting to do like more video essay, like kind of long form content stuff there. Right now, it's just stuff from the live shows that lives there. So check that out. If you need music for any projects, hit me up. I'm at Dustin Meadows. You can also follow me on Letterboxd and see my dumb thoughts about movies and choreographed to see what I'm reading. And on a theater Ghoulies 3 related note, we don't have a date locked in yet, but Hellraiser's Film Club, who have been doing some really amazing programming at the Culver Theater in Culver City, right next to the Amazon MGM studios, they've been doing a lot of a series called Rewind or Die. They've been like they showed Demon Warp. They've shown Demon Wind. They showed
I love Demon Wind.
Frogtown. They've also they just did a double of Stargate and The Mummy this past week. Like they do a lot of amazing programming. And you can follow them at Hellraiser's Film Club on Instagram as well. They do a lot of great stuff. We're doing Ghoulies Go to College, screening it.
When?
We're still working on that, but I don't have a date yet. We're trying to get one hammered out before I went on this, but
That's okay.
Hopefully by the time this drops, that information will be available.
I'll throw an announcement up too.
But
so,
yeah. Ghoulies Go to College. We're aiming for July. Once we have the date, you'll see it on my post. You'll see it on Fuck's post. So very excited for that. Still hammering out a lot of details, but it's definitely happening. We just got to figure out the when and the specifics beyond that.
That's so exciting. I cannot wait. I will drive down to Culver.
Yeah, I'm super fucking stoked.
Yeah.
If you drive to Culver, you can park in our second space.
Oh, that rules. That's good. Okay, just after the 8th, I'm out of town.
Oh, yeah.
Until the 8th.
Oh, yeah. No, I cannot imagine we're going to get it off the ground in the next 2 weeks.
Amazing. So, okay, well, Dustin, thank you so much. Thank you for agreeing to come on here. I hope that you will think of another movie and come back.
So yeah, gonna be going big for that.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
I've absolutely have some queued up.
Awesome. I cannot wait. Otherwise, my name is Kolleen Carney Hoepfner. We will be back. The next episode should be Anastasia Washington. She is an actress and a film writer that we know, and she will be discussing Garbage Pail Kids with me. I have a really interesting lineup for July, so I'm very excited for that. Thank you so much for listening. And this is the first time I'm going to say this, but if you are enjoying this podcast, it is pretty much on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Like, subscribe. I'm going to do that whole thing now. Drop a review. Yeah, drop a review, leave us some comments, and of course you can email me at fuckpodcast@proton.me. M-E. I got a really cool email about Teenage Bunny and Klepto Clyde the other day. I was very excited about it. Do not email me anything abusive. I will be upset. But if you want to talk about anything I talked about, or you want to offer a correction or some sort of commentary, please feel free to contact me. Also on Instagram, with the whole name For Unlawful Cinematic Knowledge. I am your host, Kolleen Carney Hoepfner. This has been Dustin Meadows, and we hope you all watch Ghoulies 3. Bye!
Bye!